First down and more, ETN. And finally, down at the 41-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's ETN. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Running out of the gun with ETN. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the counter, ETN. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing Jones. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll roll him out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Isabella not going to risk a return here. They'll start at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that. Talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. 3 yards remain for second down. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 31, Jones. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. The scoreboard tells a story for them a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Herbert. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They snap it to Herbert. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Herbert now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Season, and the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Evan McPherson for the extra point. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Taken in at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Here's a give to Etienne. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off play action. Jones. He hits his target, Lockett. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They go play action here on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going deep for Brown. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return, Andy Isabella. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Herbert. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide down with a good gain. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Now, this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yardage.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now it's Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll run. It's Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 34. They'll run with Etienne.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
24 is the mic. 24 is the mic.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
On second and 10. Herbert eluding the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert, escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Herbert rolling to his right. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Got his man. It's caught. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will tie our game here in the 3rd. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Second down at 4. Another tote for Etienne. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Jones off the play fake. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play here for Dallas. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Jones. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back now in Jacksonville. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back to the ground with Etienne. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with Etienne. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! DeAndre Hopkins. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Rolling to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
24 is the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. 24 is the mic. Check smash. 24 is the mic. 24 is the mic.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 43-yard line. 131 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. The offense on 3rd down tonight, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. A first down and more, Etienne. Touchdown, Cowboys. Travis Etienne, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Chris Jones. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Second and 20. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Brown with his stick skills. And some room to maneuver. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get this into the end zone for 85 yards. And And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Etienne once more, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 198 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. First down and more, Etienne. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they'll run with Etienne. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable but do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense, but that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Cowboys, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll lose an important